Okay, I'm gonna ask you a kind of weird question, but seriously, think about it for a sec.
Like for real, what if every single time you failed, every time you took a massive L, you were actually secretly setting yourself up for a huge win? I know, it sounds completely backwards, right? But stick with me, because we're about to break down exactly how this works.
I mean, look, we've all been there. The pressure is so real. You got to get the grades, make the team, have this perfect, insta-worthy social life. It's a lot. And that feeling, that sting, when you feel like you just don't measure up, it's the absolute worst. But what if we've been looking at this whole thing completely wrong?
Okay, so to really get what I'm talking about, we've got to look at two totally different mindsets. And honestly, the best way to get it is to think like you're in a video game.
Just picture it. Your entire life is one massive, epic video game. You've got levels, you've got challenges, you've got those super hard boss fights. But how you actually play the game, well, that all comes down to what kind of player you are.
All right, so you've basically got two types of players. On one side, you have the fixed mindset player. These are the people who think their stats, how smart they are, how talented they are totally locked in from the start. They're the ones who avoid the hard levels because they're terrified of failing and looking like a total noob. But then, you've got the growth mindset player. They see every single challenge as a chance to get more XP. For them, failing isn't game over. Nah, it's just how you grind. It's how you learn the patterns and level up so you're ready for that next big boss.
So let's break that down. A fixed mindset is basically believing your skills are just set in stone. Like you're either good at math or you're not. And no amount of trying is going to change it. It's kind of like a mental cage, But on the flip side, you've got the growth mindset. This is the idea that your brain is basically a muscle. The more you work it, the more you learn from your mistakes, the smarter and more skilled you can actually become. Your abilities aren't fixed at all, they're just the starting point.
All right, so all this theory is cool and all, but let's see how it actually works in the real world. And for that, we're going to look at the story of this actor and writer, David Duchovny, who, let me tell you, knows a thing or two about taking an L.
I mean, this quote pretty much says everything. He's not just accepting failure, he's basically welcoming it as a chance to get better. He's literally saying if you call him a loser, he'll say thank you. Whoa, that's a serious reframe, right?
Okay, so to get the full story, you gotta understand, Duchovny was on top of the entire world. The X-Files was this massive, global phenomenon, a huge W. Then, he poured his entire heart into writing and directing his own personal movie, and it totally bombed. It was a massive flop with critics, at the box office, everything. That is a very public and a very personal L. Out. Now see, a player with a fixed mindset would look at that and think, well, guess I'm not a good director, and probably just quit. But Duchovny? No way. He kept going. He actually said he learned so much from making that movie that it made him more confident for his next project. He didn't let that failure define him, he used it as fuel. Total growth mindset move.
And get this, Duchovny shared this amazing quote from his friend, the legendary comedian Gary Shandling. It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What are we all even racing towards? Maybe winning isn't about being number one or the most popular. Maybe, the finish line is somewhere totally different.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, all right, I'm sold on this growth mindset thing, but how do I get one? Well, think of it like upgrading the operating system on your phone or your brain. You are not stuck with the factory settings. And this is why this is so important. Check this out. Studies show that 57%, that's more than half, of Gen Z reports having symptoms of depression or anxiety. The pressure out there is no joke, and having the right mental tools isn't just a nice-to-have thing anymore. It's absolutely essential.
Yeah, this whole mindset thing isn't just some deep thought for class. It's a legit life hack for your well-being. Seriously, switching to a growth mindset can literally make you feel more resilient and way more optimistic.
So, you ready to start building up that growth mindset muscle? Awesome. Here are 3 super simple, totally doable brain hacks you can start trying today.
First up, move your body. This one is huge, for real. Not only does exercise give you that awesome mood and energy boost, but it's like a perfect real-time demo of the growth mindset. Think about it. When you start, maybe you can only do 5 push-ups, but you stick with it, and soon it's 6, then 10. You are literally proving to your own brain that effort leads to actual improvement. Number 2, find your flow. You know that feeling, right? When you're gaming or drawing or maybe coding or playing music, and you just get completely lost in it, time just disappears. That's a flow state. And when you actively find things that get you into that zone, you're building up your creative problem-solving skills and seriously boosting your self-esteem because you're in a space where you feel awesome and capable.
And number 3, try something new. Remember David Duchovny learning guitar later in life? He called it a fountain of youth for the brain. I love that. When you're a total beginner at something, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to be okay with being bad at it for a little while. Embracing that beginner's mind is an incredible way to keep your brain flexible and totally open to growth.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. When you boil it all down, this whole thing is about one simple but totally game-changing idea.
Here it is. Your brain is not a piece of hardware with specs that are locked in forever. Nope, it's software. And the best part? You are the developer. You can push updates, you can fix bugs, and you can install new features anytime you want. You get to choose your mindset.
So what's the takeaway? Taking an L is basically just collecting XP. For real, it's a sign that your brain is ready for a major software update. So let's make this a conversation. I want to hear from you. What's one L you took that actually taught you something important? Drop it in the comments below. I really want to read your stories.